Picture this. You're 4 hours into an 8-hour layover at JFK. Your back hurts from sitting in a plastic chair near Gate B22. The terminal is loud, crowded, and smells faintly of Cinnabon. The Wi-Fi cuts in and out. The water bottle next to you costs $6, and the airport sandwich you just bought tasted like cardboard. You've been refreshing the departure board every 10 minutes, hoping the time will pass faster. It won't. Now imagine a glass door, 50 feet to your left, with a small sign above it. Behind that door is a different world. Quiet padded chairs, free hot food at a buffet, real coffee, cold beer and wine, also free, showers, charging stations at every seat, Wi-Fi that actually works, a staff member who greeted you by name when you walked in. People in there are calm. They're working on laptops, eating chicken curry, taking phone calls in private rooms. They look like they're flying business class, but most of them aren't. That door is an airport lounge. And here's the secret most travelers never figure out. You don't need elite status to get inside. You don't need a business class ticket. You don't need to be a million-mile flyer. In 2026, there are 10 ways to walk through that door without paying a per-visit fee at the front desk, and most of them are surprisingly accessible. Here are 10 ways to get into airport lounges for free in 2026 with no status required. Some take a little setup, some are walk-in tricks. All of them work. Way 1. The credit card route that pays for itself. Let us start with the most powerful method, the one almost every regular traveler should consider. The right credit card includes lounge access as a standard cardholder benefit. You pay an annual fee to the credit card company once, and from that point on, you walk into hundreds of lounges around the world without paying a cent at the door. 3 cards dominate this category in 2026. The Capital One Venture X has an annual fee of $395, the lowest among premium lounge cards. It includes unlimited Priority Pass access for the cardholder, full access to Capital One's own lounge network, and $300 in annual travel credits that effectively offset most of the annual fee. For travelers who use the lounge benefit more than 5 or 6 times a year, the math works out heavily in their favor. The Chase Sapphire Reserve carries a higher annual fee, but it bundles Priority Pass access with the new Chase Sapphire Lounge network. Phoenix, San Diego, and several other major airports now have Sapphire lounges, and Reserve cardholders get unlimited access, plus 2 complimentary guests per visit. The American Express Platinum has the highest annual fee at $895, but it offers the most lounge networks of any card. It covers Centurion Lounges, Priority Pass, Delta Sky Clubs when flying Delta, Escape Lounges, certain Lufthansa lounges, and several other partner networks. Cardholders who fly more than 10 times a year often save more in lounge value than the annual fee costs. Here's the framing that catches most travelers. Free with these cards does not mean zero cost. It means zero cost at the door. The annual fee is the membership. Once you have paid it, the lounges are yours. The fix is to do the math. If you fly even 3 or 4 times a year and would otherwise pay $50 to $70 at the lounge door, the right card pays. Most travelers do not realize how quickly that math compounds. Way 2, the Priority Pass benefit hidden inside premium cards. This one builds on the first method, but it deserves its own breakdown because most travelers do not realize what they have. Priority Pass is the world's largest independent lounge network, with over 1,700 lounges across 600 airports in 145 countries. A standalone Priority Pass membership costs around $469 per year for unlimited access. Almost nobody buys it directly because almost every premium travel credit card includes it as a built-in benefit. If you have a Capital One Venture X, you have Priority Pass. If you have a Chase Sapphire Reserve, you have Priority Pass. If you have an American Express Platinum, you have Priority Pass after enrollment. Even the US Bank Altitude Connect, which has no annual fee, includes a Priority Pass Select membership with 4 complimentary lounge visits per year, free, with no annual fee, just for holding the card. Here's the trap. Many cardholders never activate the Priority Pass benefit. The card includes it, but it requires a separate enrollment step that most users skip during the application process. They get the credit card. They start using it for points. They never realize they are supposed to log into the card's online benefits portal, click the Priority Pass enrollment link, and request their physical or digital membership card. Without that enrollment, the lounge benefit does not exist. The cardholder walks past Priority Pass lounges for years without ever using the access they technically have. The fix takes 10 minutes. Log into your credit card online account. Look for benefits or perks. Find the Priority Pass enrollment option. Click through the application. Within a few days, your Priority Pass card arrives in the mail or appears in your card's app. Show that card and your boarding pass at any Priority Pass lounge worldwide, and you can walk in. Most travelers in 2026 already have lounge access and do not know it. Check your card. Way 3. The Capital One Lounge network that most travelers have not discovered yet. Capital One built its own lounge network from scratch over the past few years, and as of 2026, the network is expanding fast. Dallas-Fort Worth, Denver, Washington Dulles, and several other major airports now have Capital One lounges, with more locations rolling out throughout the year. The lounges themselves are excellent. Modern design, strong food selection, real cocktails, dedicated workspace, and far less crowding than older Priority Pass lounges in the same airports. Capital One built the network specifically because Priority Pass lounges had become overcrowded with too many cardholders flooding through. Here is how access works in 2026. Capital One Venture X primary cardholders get unlimited complimentary access to Capital One lounges and Capital One landings, the smaller format version of the lounge. Starting February 1st, 2026, guest access changed. Guests now cost $45 per adult and $25 per child between ages 2 and 17. Children under 2 are still free. To get back to the older unlimited free guest benefit, cardholders need to spend $75,000 or more on the card in a calendar year. Authorized users on Venture X accounts also lost automatic complimentary access starting February 1st, 2026. The primary cardholder now has to pay an additional $125 per year per authorized user to keep their lounge access intact. These changes have made the Venture X less of a clear win for families and group travelers. But for the solo cardholder or couple, the math still works. The combination of unlimited Capital One Lounge access plus unlimited Priority Pass access for the primary cardholder is one of the strongest single card lounge benefits available in 2026. The fix is to plan around the new rules. If you are a solo traveler or you fly with one regular companion, the Venture X still delivers. If you are a family of 4, the new guest fees stack up, and a card like the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which still includes 2 complimentary guests per visit, might be a better fit. In 2026, Capital One built the antidote to lounge crowding. The catch is making sure the math still works for your travel pattern. Way 4. The Day Pass apps that almost nobody uses. Here is a method that requires no credit card, no membership, no status, and it works at almost every major airport. Day Pass apps let you book a single lounge visit at a price far below what you would pay walking up to the front desk. The standout app is Lounge Buddy, owned by American Express. It lets you browse lounges by airport, see the amenities, check availability, and purchase a single visit pass before you even leave for the airport. Prices typically range from $25 to $65 per visit, depending on the lounge and the airport. The same lounge usually charges $59 to $89 if you walk in at the door without an app booking. A second option is Plaza Premium Group's own booking site, which sells direct day passes to Plaza Premium lounges around the world, often at promotional rates. Their lounges are strong international options, especially in Asia and Europe. A third tier of lounges sells individual day passes through their own websites. American Airlines Admirals Club, United Club, Delta Sky Club, and Alaska Lounge All sell day passes ranging from $59 to $89, sometimes with discounts for frequent flyer members. Here is where the trap catches casual travelers. They show up at the airport, see the lounge sign, walk up to the desk, and pay the full walk-in rate. The same access they could have booked for $35 on an app costs them $79 in person. The fix is to download a lounge booking app before your trip and check prices the night before your flight. If a lounge at your airport has availability at a reasonable rate, book it then. Most bookings are flexible enough to cancel if your flight schedule changes. For travelers who fly only a few times a year, day pass apps make more financial sense than committing to a credit card with an annual fee. You pay only when you actually use a lounge, you get the same experience as cardholders, and you avoid the $400 annual commitment. In 2026, the smartest casual lounge user pays per visit through an app and skips the whole credit card game. Way 5. The flight delay loophole that airlines hope you forget. This is one of the most underutilized lounge access methods in modern travel. When your flight gets significantly delayed or canceled, especially when the delay is caused by the airline rather than weather, you may be entitled to complimentary lounge access as part of the airline's duty of care to stranded passengers. Most airlines have internal policies about this. They do not advertise the policies. They do not volunteer the access. Frontline gate agents often do not even know they can offer it. But the policies exist, and travelers who know to ask can walk into a lounge that everyone else is paying for. The strongest case for this is in Europe. Under EU regulation 261, airlines operating out of EU airports have legal obligations to provide care during long delays. That includes meals, refreshments, hotel accommodation when needed, and in some cases, complimentary lounge access while you wait. Lounge access is not always automatic, but it is often available if you go directly to the customer service desk and ask. In the United States, the Department of Transportation tightened rules in 2024 around airline care during disruptions, and many major carriers offer complimentary lounge passes as a goodwill gesture during delays of 3 hours or more, especially for delays caused by airline issues rather than weather. Delta, American, and United have all been documented offering Sky Club, Admirals Club, or United Club access during significant disruptions. Here is how to actually get it. When your flight goes severely delayed, do not sit at the gate hoping for updates. Go to the airline's customer service desk in your terminal. Ask politely if there is any complimentary care for passengers facing the delay, including lounge access. Mention specifically that you are aware some airlines provide passes during disruptions. Be calm, polite, and brief. The agent might say no. The agent might say yes. The yes rate is significantly higher than most travelers realize, especially for elite tier customers, but also for ordinary economy passengers during long disruptions. In 2026, asking for what you might be owed is the cheapest lounge upgrade available. If breakdowns of travel hacks and hidden benefits like this help you fly smarter, hit subscribe. We do this every week. It is the stuff airlines, banks, and lounge networks quietly hope you never figure out. Way 6, the companion guest hack that costs you nothing. Here is a method that requires no money, no cards, no apps, and no status of your own. Just a friend or family member who already has lounge access. Many lounge memberships and credit cards include guest privileges, often allowing the primary holder to bring 1 or 2 guests at no charge. Chase Sapphire Reserve card holders get unlimited access for the primary holder plus 2 complimentary guests at Chase Sapphire lounges. American Express Platinum card holders can bring 2 guests into Centurion lounges. Diners Club Premier members can bring guests into participating lounges. Some airline elite status programs include guest privileges as part of the benefit. The math is simple. If you have a friend, family member, or coworker with one of these benefits, and you happen to be flying out of the same airport on the same day, you can walk into the lounge as their guest at no cost to either of you. This works especially well for couples where only one partner has the premium card. The card holder enters first, the partner enters as a guest, and they enjoy the lounge together at the cost of 1 annual fee instead of 2. Here is where most travelers miss the opportunity. They do not ask. They assume their friend's lounge benefit is for the friend only. They sit in the regular terminal while their friend goes into the lounge alone. The friend would have happily brought them along, but neither of them realized the option existed. The fix is to ask before your flight. If you are traveling with someone who has lounge access, simply ask if their card includes guest privileges. Most people are happy to bring a guest along, especially for a few hours of free food and quiet seating. The cardholder loses nothing. The guest gains a much better airport experience. In 2026, the easiest free lounge pass is the one your friend already paid for. Way 7, the Diners Club card that almost no American travelers remember. Here is a credit card category that is nearly forgotten in the United States, but still active and competitive in 2026. Diners Club, the original modern credit card, has been overshadowed by Visa, MasterCard, and American Express for decades. But the brand still operates, and its premium card tier offers lounge access that competes with much more famous cards. The Diners Club Premier Card includes lounge access through Diners Club's own global network of over 1,300 affiliated airport lounges across more than 150 countries. The annual fee for the Premier tier is in the same range as Capital One Venture X, but the brand recognition is so low that the lounges are often noticeably less crowded than Priority Pass equivalents at the same airports. Here is what makes Diners Club interesting. Because the card has fallen out of mainstream awareness, the lounges associated with it are usually quieter, less rushed, and easier to access during peak travel periods. The lounge experience is sometimes better than the more famous networks specifically because fewer travelers know to use it. The catch is that Diners Club is not accepted as a payment card at as many merchants as Visa or MasterCard. So while the card works for purchases at most major retailers, it is not a great primary card for everyday spending. Travelers who carry it usually have it as a secondary card specifically for the lounge benefit. There are also Diners Club options issued by various international banks, especially in Asia and Europe, where the brand maintains stronger market share than in the United States. American travelers can sometimes apply for these international versions if they have the right banking relationships. The fix for travelers who are intrigued is to look into the Diners Club Premier Card or its international equivalents, especially if you fly frequently to airports where Priority Pass lounges are crowded. The slightly less famous network often delivers a better experience than the famous one. In 2026, the forgotten card is sometimes the smartest card. Way 8, the free public lounges that exist at major international airports. This one surprises American travelers more than almost any other. Several major international airports operate completely free public lounges, available to any traveler with a boarding pass, regardless of class, status, or credit card. Singapore's Changi Airport has been the gold standard for this. Multiple terminals at Changi include free rest areas with comfortable seating, free entertainment, free Wi-Fi, even free movie theaters and gardens. Some are as comfortable as paid lounges in other airports. The airport built them specifically to make Changi a destination experience rather than just a transit point. Munich Airport offers a free relaxation area called the McDonald's Nap Cab Zone in some terminals, along with broader free public seating areas with significant amenities. Frankfurt Airport has free quiet zones and lounge-style seating in several terminals, particularly in international transit areas. Tokyo's Haneda and Narita airports include free napping areas, shower facilities at certain terminals, and quiet zones that approach lounge quality. The catch is that these free public spaces are not widely advertised. They appear on airport maps if you look carefully, but they are not promoted at the gate or in the main concourses. Most travelers walk right past them without realizing the option exists. Here is the key. Free public lounges work especially well during long international layovers, where the alternative is spending hours in a noisy gate area. A 6-hour layover in Singapore or Munich can feel completely different if you know to find the free public rest area. The fix is to research your specific airport before you fly. Search for the words free public lounges or free rest areas plus your airport name. Most major airport websites publish maps showing these areas. Bookmark them, and when you land, head straight there. In 2026, some of the best lounge experiences in the world are completely free, but only if you know where to look. Way 9. The hotel elite status that crosses over into airport lounges. This connection is one that most travelers never make. Some hotel loyalty credit cards include Priority Pass, airport lounge access as a side benefit. Hotel marketing emphasizes rewards, free nights, and elite status perks. The lounge access gets buried. The Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card from American Express is a good example. The card is marketed as a Marriott loyalty card with an annual fee of $650 that includes free hotel nights, dining credits, and Marriott Platinum status. Buried in the benefits is Priority Pass airport lounge access through enrollment. For travelers who already use Marriott hotels regularly, the card pays for itself through hotel benefits alone, and the lounge access becomes a free bonus. The same logic applies to certain Hilton, Hyatt, and IG hotel cards that include some level of airport lounge benefit. The trap is that travelers shopping for a hotel card do not realize they could be getting lounge access too, and travelers shopping for a lounge card do not realize a hotel card might fit better. The two categories live in separate marketing universes, and the overlap is invisible unless you specifically look for it. The fix is to evaluate your travel pattern as a whole. If you stay in Marriott hotels 8 times a year and fly 6 times a year, a Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card delivers lounge access at a lower effective cost than a dedicated travel card with the same access. The hotel benefits offset the annual fee, and the lounge access becomes effectively free. In 2026, the best lounge card for some travelers is the one designed for hotel loyalty, not airline travel. Way 10. The refundable first-class ticket strategy that is controversial, but it works. This is the closer, the tactic experienced travelers debate, but rarely deny. The refundable first-class or business-class ticket strategy lets you access lounges meant for premium passengers without actually flying premium. Here's how it works. You book a fully refundable first-class or business-class ticket on the airline whose lounge you want on any flight that day. The ticket gives you a boarding pass that shows premium cabin status, and that entitles you to access the airline's premium lounges. You enjoy the lounge for as long as you need. Before the flight actually departs, or sometimes after, you cancel the ticket and receive a full refund. This works because lounge access is tied to the boarding pass class, not to whether you actually board the flight. Many premium lounges, especially international first-class lounges, will admit any traveler with a same-day premium cabin boarding pass. The legality and ethics of this practice are debated. Airlines technically allow refundable tickets, and they technically allow cancellations under their refund policies. Customers who buy and refund within those policies are following the rules as written. But airlines did not design the refund policy with lounge access in mind, and there is a gray area over whether using the loophole this way is acting in good faith. Some travelers do this routinely with no issues. Some have been flagged after repeated use on the same airline. Some airlines have started tightening refund windows specifically to close the loophole. A practical caution. If you want to try this, use it sparingly and only for specific high-value lounge experiences like the Lufthansa first-class terminal in Frankfurt or the Qatar Airways Al Morjan Lounge in Doha. These are world-class experiences that can justify the effort. Do not use the trick for routine domestic lounges where a $35 day pass would deliver similar value. Also be aware the refund process takes time, and some refundable fares do not refund immediately. The cash can sit in airline limbo for days or weeks. If you do not actually intend to fly, that is money temporarily out of your account. In 2026, the refundable ticket strategy still works, but it is a method for the determined traveler willing to navigate gray areas, not a casual lounge access tool. So now you know 10 ways to get into airport lounges for free in 2026 with no status required. The right premium credit card. The Priority Pass benefit hidden inside cards. The Capital One Lounge Network. Day Pass apps. The flight delay loophole. The companion guest hack. The Forgotten Diners Club card. Free public lounges at international airports. Hotel elite status crossover. And the refundable first-class ticket strategy. The truth is, lounge access in 2026 is not reserved for million-mile flyers and corporate executives. It is available to ordinary travelers who know which doors to walk through. Some methods take a credit card and some math. Others take an app and a few minutes of research. A few are just about asking the right question at the right desk. Before your next flight, look at your wallet. Check your credit cards for benefits you have not activated. Download a Day Pass app. Research the public lounges at your destination airport. Ask the friend you are flying with about their guest privileges. Even one of these methods, used once, transforms what a layover feels like. The lounge is not an amenity for the wealthy. It is a separate world hiding behind a glass door, and the entry methods are quietly available to anyone who learns them.